Back everyone, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that lovely brutal OST as we return. We returned here with the OSC Rising Star number 19, day 2. We've had a couple of matches so far here. We just wrapped up with our initial 3 best of 3s with Baymarine versus Defiance, Shameless versus Fiant, and Jimmy versus Mini Zerg UA. And now we're getting into the second half of the broadcast. We have more matches ahead of us here. First is going to be a random versus Protoss matchup, HackErIsTop versus HiGhDrA. We're getting ready for the clowns back. Yeah. Again, it's still the early rounds of the tournament, and a lot of the bigger names have still yet to face off against each other. This will be an interesting one, though. Again, HackErIsTop, for those who don't know, he is is he the only top tier random player out there? Like, when I think, obviously there's like random players on the ladder, I suppose, but when it comes to competitive play, when it comes to consistent signups as random, HackErIsTop I think is the only one. I'm trying to think of other players in current like active StarCraft, and I don't think there is. So yeah, HackErIsTop, he might be like the highest rated random player out there, and he's hyper cheesy. As you can imagine, he's hyper cheesy, hyper aggressive. Now there's a caveat to that as well. Fun fact, you don't have to, but HackErIsTop, he does actually tell his race every time to his opponent. Does tell his race, but I'm pretty sure he comes up with his own builds. Like, he has some wild stuff that he tries to make work, and sometimes it does, which is a lot of fun, and other times it just falls on its face. Like, it's very hit and miss, very hit and miss. So I'm excited to see how this does turn out, as we're going to be loading into our random versus Protoss matchup. Likewise, HiGhDrA, he has been around for quite some time. He was also a Rising Star a couple of years ago. I know that nowadays he is focusing on his studies, so he's playing a little bit less StarCraft, but he's still, you know, being as active as he can be. Still playing in OSC tournaments on a regular basis. Coming into this, our Protoss player is favored, but we'll see how our random performs. As spawning in the bottom hand corner of Tourmaline, we have the Ukrainian random player landing as Terran. Wait, no. I think he just played straight up as Terran. Ah. Representing Hokage T team, it is HackErIsTop. Okay, wait, okay. And spawning in the right-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player. The red Protoss player himself from the land of the Netherlands. It is HiGhDrA. Let's go. Let us go. As we are going to be moving out here, we have the initial proxy as the SCV does move out across the map. We have the racks at home, SCV across the map. We do have some shenanigans abound. Curious if the plan here is to go for a proxy second racks, or if we go into something more sinister, into a factory follow-up. As gases are being taken, the SCV does hide here up towards the left-hand side. Show us what she got. He's just randomly tearing. Let's go. Let us go. So now we have our second gas on the way. Rax is across the map. HiGhDrA does move in. Does scout, does confirm. And he will see one Rax, he will see 2 gases. Everything's looking normal for the time being. Everything is looking normal. Making a safety zealot just in case. Does confirm the second gas. This typically means a factory follow-up. And HiGhDRA's looking for that factory. He's on patrol. You can see the SCV in position here. Yeah, does fully wall off. Very suspicious. And Reapers are amassing. Amassing of those Reapers. Again, one from across the map, one from back at home. HiGhDRA did make the safety zealot just in case. Safety zealots. And HackErIsTop is moving out. He's moving out. Again, reinforcing with 2 Reapers at a time. He's rotating into the main. He won't find a way in. Yep, there's a full wall. Just nibbling away at the pylon. Behind us, going for the factory. Proxy factory. Proxy factory, let's go. Is going for the proxy. As Reapers, they barely do pull away. They barely pull out. From here, we can go into a tech lab and a proxy tank. Yeah, we do have the tech lab on the way. We can go for tanks, we go for cyclones. They both have value here. But so far, the initial Reapers haven't really gone much. They have no pay for themselves. As Reapers are being chased down, he pulls back to the proxy. Ooh, one Reaper falls, massive pickoff. Down to 2. And it is proxy tank. Okay. We're going proxy tank. So far, HiGhDrA, he's defending well. He's getting his battery up and running. We're throwing down extra gateways. There is no robo. That'd be a bit of a secure way to defend. Instead, we're going for a heavier gate count instead. And we'll see if we can get on top of the tank. The goal here should be for the tank to move within range of the production. And ideally, you want everything else to just buffer for the tank. Just keep it alive. As the tank is moving in. We'll siege. Siege up, they'll take on the gateway. Takes on the gates. Now going for the pylon. Nice pickup. Pylon does go down. HackErIsTop, he's out. We're going to slowly move in. Takes on the battery, getting us off the gateway as well. And we mentioned this earlier here. Again, there's no defensive robo, there's no mortar production. The tanks, now they saw them siege up. This is too much. He's trying to move in, but the tanks, they punish. Yeah, nice target firing. He does focus on the stalkers, and well, he just snowballs out of control. He snowballs out of control. He breaks through the stalkers, takes them all down. There's nothing left, warping in one unit at a time. One stalker to defend, Pappy. Ay. Stalker goes down. GG gets called, and HackErIsTop takes game number 1. GG. Takes the lead in the series here. Again, HiGhDrA, when it comes to these proxy tanks, you need to be able to get on top of those tanks ahead of time. HiGhDrA, he opted not to go for the robo. He was working towards blink. He was building up his gateways. He wasn't able to engage. You need to fight for the low ground. You need to fight for that proxy location. To be fair, I don't think he saw the proxy factory, right? I don't think he took note of that. Obviously, he knew those were proxy racks and proxy reapers, but I think the factory did catch him off guard with his pants down, and with that, GG. GG, well played. With that, we're going to be loading into game 2, and we'll see if HackErIsTop can close this out. We're expecting more aggression, more all-ins is what we're expecting. Let's go. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tuckermac, we have, this is quite a map. We actually didn't really get to mention it, but we are loading into a map that has been added to this tournament map pool. For OSC, they do actually add older maps into the map pool. Bear that in mind as we're going for a 13-12. And in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Ukrainian random player, the landing a Zerg, by the way, the purple Zerg, going for a 13-12. It is HackErIsTop. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Protoss player, the Protoss himself. From the land of the Netherlands, it is HiGhDrA. So 13 gas, 12 pool, that means Link Flood. That typically means Link Flood. Technically, we can go for an earlier Bane than us for a Bane Bust, but Bane Busts are ill-advised in ZVP. Technically, you can turn this into a Roach Rush as well, but we're expecting Link Speed, then you pull out of gas. You pull out of gas, and then you might even pull the boys. If you recall, we saw Fian do that earlier. Fian went for the 13-12 and pulled the boys. So eyes are on HackErIsTop. As HiGhDrA picks in. Confirms link speed, confirms the early gas. We do see HackErIsTop does pull out. And HiGhDrA knows. From here, he should be walling off. He should prioritize the second gateway and a wall. There's a cyber core. And again, we should be walling off. Just fully walling off here. Pylon delays the expansion. Nicely done. I believe the goal here is to expand behind this. Oh, as once again we delay. Expansion is delayed there. We go hatchery, now gets turned down. Here comes the link flood. Oh, he cancels. Oh, he does cancel. Okay, we're committing. We pull the boys. The boys are being pulled. We're 100% all in. Either HackErIsTop, he kills HiGhDrA, he dies trying. It's all or nothing. Rallying everything across the map. HiGhDrA back at home. He does fully wall. The second gateway, battery, second pylon, and the zealot. So far, Zealot's in whole position. Oh, gotta be careful. If he's not too careful, he will get surrounded. So he needs to be careful here. Drones, they drill past the zealots. They come in from behind. They get on top of the zealot. They get surrounded. Yeah, Zealot will go down. Adept as well. Massive pickoffs. No shot. Takes down the Zealot. Takes down the Adept. The batteries are finishing. We have 2 Adepts on the way. Boys are being pulled. And we're focusing on the gateway. Okay. Oh, wait. No, sorry. He's focusing on the wall. The cyber core. He's trying to. Nice worker drilling. Oof. And he barely will break on through. Bust in. And he goes into the main. Yeah, he just ignores the low ground. He goes into... Oh, he tries to go into the main base, trying to get reddish around. Ah, the batteries are done, though. Yeah, both batteries are complete. And with that, these Adepts are not going to go down. Yeah, reduced service area Adepts they're holding. They're slowly killing everything. More boys are being pulled. They're coming to support. They're coming to support. And with that, yeah, HiGhDrA holds. HiGhDrA, he does hold. Cleans up the army. GG gets called, and HiGhDrA ties up the series. We are going to the ace match. GG. Whew. GG, well played. With that, we are now getting into the ace match here. Again, HiGhDrA, he was able to set up here back at home on the low ground, able to scout across the map with his probe, confirm the all-in coming his way, and prepare. He did not confirm the drone drilling and the workers being pulled, but he was ready for the rewall, right? He was ready for the wall off behind the zealots, and with that, he was able to buy enough time for the batteries to finish up. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're getting into the ace match. Going to be loading into the Old Republic. Oh boy. No race notification. Yeah, I mean, HackErIsTop, he always says what race he's playing. But I would imagine because of the wall off. Yeah. I'm pretty sure, because he's saying it here, letting him know that he's Protoss, I'm pretty sure that he probably PM'd a HiGhDrA the race, because otherwise, in game 1, if you remember, HiGhDrA, he went for a Reaper wall-off, and game 2, HiGhDrA went for a low-ground wall-off. Reaper wall-off against Terran, and he went for low-ground wall-off against Zerg. So HiGhDrA was playing as if he knew, and he wasn't saying anything in the chat. So I'm pretty sure either they were in the same party, and HackErIsTop told him in party chat, or he DM'd him. Otherwise, the opener would not have made sense. And even here, like, this is a PvP opener. So spawning in the right-hand corner, we have the Ukrainian Protoss player. The Ukrainian Protoss, the purple Protoss representing HiGhDrA T team. It is HackErIsTop. And spawning in the bottom-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Protoss player from the land of the Netherlands. It is HiGhDrA. So based on HiGhDrA's builds and openers in the past 2 games, he was playing as if he knew what HackErIsTop was playing. So I would imagine they were either in the same party, or he just DM'd him, whispered him. So here we go. And true, as HackErIsTop said, playing all the races. One of each. Now it's time for a PvP, Pappy, and HackErIsTop. He will hide the pylon, but it looks like a fake out. Looks like a fake proxy pylon out of HackErIsTop. HiGhDrA going for... Oh, scouting. Okay. For a moment, I was like, is he going to go for an all-in? Oh. Hello. Okay. HackErIsTop going for a fake out. HiGhDrA going for a very real proxy instead. Based on its location, it's looking like a proxy Stargate. Looking like a proxy Stargate into Oracle. It's not looking like a one-base all-in. But we'll see. Waiting for the Cybercore. Cybercore is finishing. He's going for the one-base all-in. This is a really bold location. It's pretty far away, right? As you can see here, it's pretty far away, so that's why I thought it was going to be a Stargate, as it is closer by air, but no, it's still going to be a robo opener. It's going to be a one-base all-in out of HiGhDrA. Bold position. We'll see if he can pull this off. As again, it does mean these reinforcements from the robo are going to be delayed. Oh, 2-gate opener into a Nexus. Wait, HackErIsTop, these scouts? No, no scouting. They're both animals. Like, HiGhDrA didn't probe scout into the main base, neither did HackErIsTop. He has zero information as to what's going on, and he's going for the faster Nexus. I think he's just dead. I think that's just game, I'll be honest. Like, it's just very difficult. It's very difficult to defend given this position. We have the batteries on the way. Immortal production has begun. I mean, thankfully, the robo is far away. True, so there's that factor as well, right? It's going to take longer for the Immortal to reinforce and to get across the map. We're getting a proxy pylon to warp in. Makes sense. HiGhDrA poking forward. Doesn't quite get the sentry. Oh, but the sentry's getting low. This is all before the battery is done. Hefty damage on those sentries. And we do try to force field him in. Catching at one, not bad. One Stalker goes down. There's the edge overcharge. Hackers up. Sorry, HiGhDrA pulls away. Now here comes the Immortal. And it's going to be a tough hold. It's going to be a tough hold. The boys are being pulled. The desperation here by HackErIsTop. He's going to pull the boys. He does lock him in. He locks in the Immortal. And can he get a kill? He can. Massive pick off. The Immortal goes down. Catching out a Stalker as well. Oh my god. Crazy force fields. HackErIsTop, he's completely shutting down the all-in. Catching out the Stalker, the Sentry, the Immortal. Heavy losses there for HiGhDrA. He's running out of steam. The longer this goes on, the better it is for HackErIsTop. He has natural. He has the natural base up and running. And the MVPs this game were the force fields. The force fields are the MVPs. Catching out Stalkers, catching out Immortals. HiGhDrA dropping into the main, going for the force field. Okay. Speaking of the force fields being MVPs, does force field the ramp. We can't get in. No, he can't get in. He's trying. There's an Immortal though. Yeah, there's the Immortal. The force shield runs out. There's no follow-up. Yeah, no follow-up. Defensive robo, defensive Immortal production. If HiGhDrA had a little bit more momentum to warp into the main base, he could have maintained his position and just kept force fielding, but just didn't have the numbers. Oh. HackErIsTop does overextend. Losing one, losing 2 sentries. Oh. Yeah, big overextension, losing a Stalker as well. All this out of range of the battery. Messy play here from HackErIsTop. It's getting messy. Oh. And once again, boys are being pulled. And can he hold on? He does have 2 Immortals. And he can afford to pull the boys. He can afford them. Picking up the Zealots. Getting on top of the pylon. A couple of birds are thrown away a little bit unnecessarily. Oh, his HackErIsTop, his macro was slipping. His macro was slipping. He still maintains control of the high ground. Catching out the Stalkers, once again locking him in with the force fields. Still a better fight for HackErIsTop. But again, he did miss a couple of macro cycles. Did miss some warp-ins. Behind this, oh my god, we're desperate. Okay. We're going for Novas. Going for Disruptors. That's the way to make this work. You can make this work. Here comes the first Nova. Bearing in mind that HackErIsTop chose not to get a Warp Prism. We could have seen instead of one more Immortal, one Warp Prism to juggle back. Someone steps in, the Nova goes up and does connect, strips away the shields. Yeah, shields are stripped away, he's gonna lose 1, 2 Immortals, 3 Immortals gonna be going down. Barely that final Immortal. And HiGhDrA here overwhelms. Yeah, he overwhelms. And again, that massive Nova here was crucial to the fight. Despite that, HiGhDrA still doesn't actually break through. Oh, the Nova! Be careful! Oh no! And there he goes off. Nice whip. Nice whip by HackErIsTop. Again, that was maybe the best fight that HiGhDrA could have hoped for, but it's still not enough. He's gotta get out of here. He needs to pull out. Nova's ready. Yeah, the Nova is ready. Now building up to 2 Immortals. He does move forward here into the Nova. That's one Stalker going down. HackErIsTop now has his own Warp Prism. He can micro. He can control. Yeah, he commits in. Oof, catching out one of the Stalkers, going for the other. Nice pick up micro. Does control. There he goes off. Ooh, he does save it. He saves the Immortal. And with that no shot, but HackErIsTop, he's doing it as the defensive player as well, by the way. As a defending player, he cleans up the all-in, getting on top of the Robo. Again, so far as microing well, the Immortal's getting low. Ooh, the Immortal does get low. He needs to be careful here. There he goes off. Ooh, catching up 3 Zealots, the value. It's on HackErIsTop. Bit of miscontrol. But GG. GG gets called. He still overwhelms, and HackErIsTop will claim the series 2-1, knocking down HiGhDrA. GG. Whew. GG, well played, HackErIsTop. He will claim the series. He will claim the series 2-1. Big win here for HackErIsTop. HiGhDrA, he was favored coming into it, but no, he does get knocked down. As I mentioned before, HiGhDrA has been playing less StarCraft. He's focusing on his studies, but he still has time to play the OSC, the OSC Rising Star, but alas, does fall here. Does fall in the first round. He does have a second chance, second life in the lower bracket. Best of luck. Best of luck here to HiGhDrA as he is knocked down, and HackErIsTop does advance on. Up next, we have our next series. It's going to be a ZVZ here between GG Machine and Hatsu. Oh boy.